Hola, buenos días. Bienvenidos a la semana número 3. Welcome to week number 3. All right, let's see what we're learning today. Today we are going to learn, not this one, that was last week. Yes, week number 2. We're going to learn about pretérito. Pretérito, okay? And also we're going to learn about these words right here, which we kind of know this if we're in Spanish too, right? So you need to know that, let's see, when you use all those words, okay, in a question, you must have the question mark upside down at the beginning and then this one at the end. Okay, and also all of them, what they have in common is accent marks. Okay, when you use them for questions, all right, you need to have accent mark and the question mark upside down at the beginning and one at the end. Okay, so we have a dónde, cómo, cuál o cuáles. Okay, cuál o cuáles. Depend. Cuáles is more than one and cuáles just one. For example, ¿cuáles son sus nombres? Okay. In Spanish, when you ask somebody what is your name, you use cuál o cuáles. All right. If you're asking a bunch of people where their names, then you have to use cuáles. Cuándo, cuánto, cuántos, dónde, por qué. Remember, por qué together means because. Por qué like this means why. Qué and quién or quiénes, okay? Again, quiénes is plural. If you want to know, let's say if you're asking a bunch of people, who is going to this party, and then you use quiénes, okay? If you refer to a bunch of people. Okay, so now here is the pretérito. Pretérito, what's pretérito? In Spanish, we have two past tense, and that's pretty much what is going to be Spanish too. We're going to concentrate in past tense. So like I said, in Spanish, there is two past tense. One is called a pretérito, and the other one is called imperfecto. But today, we're going to learn about pretérito. So pretérito and regular verb. You remember how you conjugate present tense? Present tense for regular verb, right? Then you drop and you add. Well, in Spanish, pretérito for regular verb is exactly the same thing. You drop the ending and you add the ending, okay? So what you need to do is memorize the endings, right? For example, all the verbs that ends in AR and it's regular, this is the ending. Haste, o, amos, and aron, okay? Now, what is pretérito? Pretérito is when you're describing an action that happened in the past and it was completed, okay? For example, I went to Miami. I cooked last night. I ate pizza last weekend, okay? So I'm describing an action that happened in the past and it was completed. So that's what pretérito means, okay? So this is right now, it's easy, but it will be a little bit tricky later on, okay? So what you need to know, what you need to do now is memorize the endings, okay? What is the ending for those verb ends in AR in past tense or pretérito for regular verb? This is the endings, okay? Visitar is to visit. Yo visité Miami la semana pasada. Él visitó Busch Gardens ayer. Okidoki. We're going to now do the pretérito. The pretérito for the verb ir, ser, hacer, ver, and dar. Okay? All right. Let's see. This one right here. This one right here. So you have to memorize the conjugation. Okay? How you conjugate Dos verb, because dos verb does not follow these endings right here, okay? So how you conjugate ir and ser is exactly the same way you conjugate both of them in past tense, okay? So ir and ser have the same conjugation in past tense. Fui, fuiste, fue, fuimos, and fueron. Now, the context will tell me if you're using ir or if you're using ser. For example, yo fui a Miami la semana pasada. I know you're using ir because the context. I went to Miami. Yo fui un doctor en Venezuela. I was a doctor in Venezuela. So in this case, I'm using ser. So you will know because the context. Hacer is to do or to make, all right? So I want you to see how for the L form, you don't use C anymore. You use Z. Z. Yo hice. Tú hiciste. Él hizo. Nosotros hicimos. Ellos hicieron. Ver, it's vi, viste, vio, vimos, and vieron. Dar, di, diste, dio, dimos, and dieron. All right, so what I recommend is, hopefully you're already doing this, is get a notebook and you write, you know, your little notes here, your little notes there, so you have everything in hand when you have to study, right? Because the conjugation, you need to know the conjugation, because after this class, you're going to take Spanish 3. You got to be very strong in conjugation. You have to be very strong in past tense, pretérito and imperfecto, okay? All right, so I want you to do, let me see, let me give you a couple sentences here with those verbs right here, with the verb ir, ser, hacer, ver, and dar. All right, let's see. So, yo fui a Miami ayer. Versus yo fui un doctor en Venezuela. So I was a doctor in Venezuela. So one is the verb ir, one is the verb to be. Ella, oh, let's use Carmen. Carmen vio a la maestra ayer en Target. She saw the teacher yesterday in a Target. Okay. Okay. I don't know now what happened here. All right. Now I want you to, you're going to use vocado, you're going to record your voice, and I want you to give me 2 sentences. One with hacer, complete sentences. With me, you always have to do complete sentences. I want you to record 2 sentences, like I said before. One with hacer, and the other one with dar. Hacer and dar. And send it to me with all your homework, okay? Talk to you soon. Adios.